The second is about the hydrodynamics. So again, for calculating the column diameter, we have some kind of capacity relation, the flow relations that define the how the fluid contact happens, or how the fluid flows inside the column with the capacity the column can handle. That all are the part of hydrodynamics. I am reminding the concept. So first of all, using the generalized correlation of the flooding, you can find out the abscissa. You know, at the x-axis is called the abscissa and the y-axis is called the ordinate. So it is based on the L mole I interfacial over G mole I. MWL is the molar weight of the liquid average based on the mixture if you have. MWG is the gas molar weight, square root rho G density of gas over density of liquid minus density of gas. So for example, let's say I have got here 0.00647 abscissa. So the ordinate will be equal. You can have this empirical type of relation, or you can use the chart that will be that actually have been deleted. So you can use the chart, the flooding point curve correlation you can see in the literature reference easily. Or you can use this empirical relation that is easier, because sometimes using the chart you can get a problem like 1920 problem, slight problem can happen. So the ordinate, for example, using this equation come out to be 0.207, but from the ordinate of general pressure correlation, that is equal to the GSFR, I is equal to density of liquid, density of gas. GC is actually 32.2 for English units, or multiply ordinate you have calculated divided by the packing factor. How much packing factor is, the better will be the mass transfer coefficient or mass transfer rate. So packing factor plays an important role, how much the column is packed and how much it is void. So this is again a constant, and UL is the viscosity of liquid divided by 2.42 to convert it to lb per hour feet square from Cp, which is centipoise. So for example, using this equation, it is 1, this constant is 1. So for example, GSFRI comes out to be 0.7 lb per second feet square. Now the cross section area can be calculated using the simple relation. For example, this G is not lb mole per hour like a G you have seen above. So this will be the mass velocity, or sometimes it is called the mass per unit area. So it is the mass per unit area, or lb per hour feet square. But above we have find out that was lb per hour. So we can find out the area by using the relation G mole I multiply MWG. For example, lb per hour divided by lb per hour feet square. So feet square will come up and the area can be calculated. The 3600 is the conversion for the hour to second, and F is the flooding factor. Flooding factor can be different based on the type of packing you use and the void fraction inside it. For example, a packing, if you use the rushing rings type, you know it has a large voidage, so its flooding factor will be small because it can handle large amount of fluids compared to the interlocks, pearl saddles, or VSP metal rings or Paul rings. So the flooding factor depends upon the packing factor also, you can say in the simple language, or you can say the voidage. So here for the Paul rings from experiments, the flooding factor is 0.7. So using this equation you can find out the area, like it is 64.424 feet square. From the simple relation you can use the cross section area. Remember, there is always a difference between the cross section area and the lateral area. The lateral area can be often used for the mass transfer relations, correlations, or contacts, but for the flow, for the flow, you can also read it as transport phenomena in the transport phenomena by Rayon Bird. For the cross section, the relation, whether based on the differential or analytical expressions, are always based on the pi r square, not pi r l. So here the diameter or radius can be calculated from the a is equal to pi r square, like it's come out here to be 4.5023 feet, or diameter is 2 times the radius, so it comes out to be 9.056 in this case. There is a relation that defines a limit or a end or a criteria that your column is feasible or not. In every type of calculation based on any equipment, any design, there is always a criteria that has been set based on the experimental justification or judgments that whether your system is okay or not. Like here, if your diameter is 15 times greater than the diameter of packing, here in this case it's come out to be 30 inch, so our diameter is fit for further calculation. So if this relation is satisfied, this means you are okay to go, everything is good. Now you have to calculate the superficial liquid flow rate entering the absorber based on the same like calculated here, GSFRI. So it is also the same based on L mol I MWL over A, because there is no specific flooding point correlation available for the liquid side. The flooding curve correlation is based on the gas velocity, because if we make the relation based on both sides, so there will be a comparative study or comparative case study analysis will be involved, and the justification will become difficult that what part is playing more important role, whether it is liquid phase side or gas phase side. So on the gas phase side, correlation is available, and using this formula you can calculate the LSFRI. Like in this case you have 77.15 lb per hour feet square. The area that have been calculated above is used here in this formula. But now there will be some minimum, because actually the vapor do not conclude a minimum point or effective flow rate where the flooding can happen. It does not justify here. So I have to know, like I have selected the basis of liquid contact minimum that is required to prevent the column from like over flooding or minimum wetting rate. So the packing must be wet minimum, so the mass transfer contact will be enhanced. If there is a dry surfaces or dry patches or dead zones on the packing sites, so the mass transfer will be disturbed everywhere and the column height will not be sufficient. Like if your I conclude simply, for example, if there is 10% dry packing in your column, you will require 10% more height. Most simple way I can talk about it or give a reason. So a minimum wetting rate should be satisfied, which is based on this formula MWR multiply rho L multiply area. This is not the area of column, it is area of packing per feet square. Feet square per feet cube fit. It is actually the effective length of the packing of the contact between the liquid and gas on the packing surface also. So I see here the minimum wetting rate is actually quite larger than my superficial liquid flow. So I have to reiterate or recalculate my minimum my actual wetting rate based on the area optimization. Like I have to increase my area or decrease my area, so you can imagine. So the minimum wetting rate constraint is achieved, or this is lowered or this increases. Something to happen, and it can happen in the both way based on the minimum wetting rate analysis. Like in the minimum wetting rate analysis, you have to set out the same constraints, and like abscissa, like first of all, this is the molar flow equation L mol I based on the, this is the your molar flow rate of the, okay, this is the minimum flow rate here 2307.76. Here I have got a mistake, there is a point or decimal. Second, you have to set out the equation of the abscissa. The only unknown, for making this concept easy, the only unknown will remain the area. Everything you have calculated above will be used in these relations that have been discussed before, and based on assumption, like I have created an iterative loop for solving for it. Assume A first of all, Then calculate abscissa. You have to move backward from the GSFRI. Calculate abscissa, then calculate GSFRI, then calculate the ordinate using this equation, because you know GSFRI and everything. And then calculate the ordinate. If the ordinate from this equation and calculated from this equation are same, this means the solution converges and we get our desired area with the minimum wetting rate. But this is not always the case. If you have achieved a superficial liquid flow rate divided by area greater than your minimum wetting rate, then you are good to go. You do not need a minimum wetting rate analysis. So the results are shown here. Now we come to the basic calculation that what we need. For example, if I have a value of U naught in equilibrium that cannot be estimated accurately, like you do not have a straight line equilibrium, however it will approach zero. It can actually approach zero, but because you can have a very less concentration at the end, like I have 0.000345 mole fraction, so it is very smaller in the amount. So AF can approach to infinity in such dilution cases. Since xi is equal to 0 and AF is large, height of packing is equal to NTU multiply HTU. This is the next case. So based on this case, the NTU, number of transfer units, can be calculated for the chemisorption using Ca naught over Ca natural log, or for the physisorption natural log Ya naught over Ya. But here it is actually comes out to be same, so I have concluded both here, and like my NTU based on this formulation comes out to be 4.6. Now the height of transfer unit need to be calculated. The height of transfer unit formula is defined above. Like I have 28 degrees centigrade, I have a temperature based relation of Henry constant and effective diffusivity, or like diffusivity. Now first of all, you have to understand where your reaction lie, because it is not always the case when you take the general reactions. In the liquid-liquid kinetics or gas-liquid kinetics, there will be a regime to lie, like you can see in the chapter number 23, 5 to 7 cases from the instantaneous fast reaction, intermediate reactions, very fast reactions. So first of all, I have to assume a rate kinetic, like I have a very large amount of solvent compared to the CO2. So it is assumed that it is a pseudo first order reaction based on the concentration of carbon dioxide only. So from the reaction constant that has been achieved from this, that has been attained or collected from the literature, we can see it is a very fast reaction because the reaction coefficient is very large, and the ranges are defined in the octave Levinos files. Chapter number 5, edition 5, chapter 23, fluid kinetics. The Hatta modulus can be find out using a relation like square root d multiplied by k multiplied by Cb, Ca or Cb, this is actually Ca, concentration of A, divided by 0.0207, that is the mass transfer coefficient in the liquid phase. So the square root, the Hatta number or Hatta modulus, can be calculated to be 44 approximately in this case. For pseudo first order reaction, the enhancement factor is greater than 5 times Hatta number. This criteria have to be satisfied. 5 times mH, but mH comes out to be very large if we take 5 times. 5 multiply 43.98, actually it comes out to be 230 approximately, 225 to 26 actually. So the enhancement factor can never be less than 1. It is okay because at 1 the physisorption will taking place, and above 1 there will be chemisorption, not less than 1, but it can be slightly larger. So in this case, for the very fast reaction, from this reference I have got it, you can say E is equal to mH is equal to same as calculated above, 43.98. So the number of mass transfer units can be calculated by using the equation defined here, this, by putting all the desired required values like the PT is actually the pressure, UL hydrodynamic regime velocity, mass transfer coefficients, enhancement factor, everything is known. So from this we can calculate the height of transfer unit overall, which comes out in this case to be 0.8788. The height of packing is equal to the NTU multiply the HTU overall, like defined before. So it comes out to be 13.269 in my case, height of packing. The surface area of absorber can be calculated using this formula: S equal to pi multiply diameter of column multiply height of tower plus D over 2. Oh, there is a mistake. It is not actually height of tower, it is height of packing. There is a difference between height of packing and height of tower, because there will be some kind of inlet nozzle and many kind of internals you can discuss. So the height of packing will be smaller than the height of tower. Here height of packing will be used, it needs correction. So the surface area is calculated out to be like here 1051.6 feet squared. So the overall height of tower can be calculated this relation. This is the actual relation. This is actual overall height of tower. 1.4 times height of packing plus 1.02 times the diameter plus 2.81, and height of overall column comes out to be 30.8 feet. Like if you get the very large height, for example 100 feet up to more than 50 feet, you have to use the different solvent and you have to reiterate the solution based on the minimum wetting rate analysis, or you have to limit your flow or use a split flow or use the two columns sometimes. So that is the case. The last is the pressure drop calculation in the packed bed. That can be found by using this equation available in the literature reference, Colson and Richardson mainly. C10 is a factor based on your packing. This is a constant. J is also a constant, and this is the 10 raised to the power 10 exponent this value. So after calculating all this, F is a flooding factor, rho g is the gas density. My pressure drops come out to be 1.517 psi. So the summary is plotted here, and the design of a absorber is completed. So stay blessed, stay happy, and stay with us. Thank you.